Oh, we on?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I didn't realize we were on.
Oh, we're on.
Oh.
Yeah. Well.
You enjoying this dinner?
Is this the bit?
This is the bit.
That's the bit.
I hate it.
Listen, I could either go on and quote Shakespeare or fucking Voltron, and I realize this video is now demonetized because I dropped the F-bomb within the span of the first minute.
Hooray!
Alright, guys, well, we can't give up. We need to believe in ourselves. We can do anything. Let's cue the roll call!
Form roll call!
Form roll call!
We are live!
Mike! Zenkaiger! Connect!
Loading.
Broadcast!
Tempered Zeal! Bluecaster, Super Ichi!
Loud and impulsive. Greycaster. Late.
Illuminating the Tokuverse. Goldcaster Garza.
A spark of courage, the power of dreams. Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger!
Did everyone else just nod?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right, welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger. This is episode 339. And Blazes on Point, it's episode Barboke. Is it Barboke or Barboach? I don't know.
I think it's Barboach because it comes from Loach.
Oh, I still don't know what that is, but I'll trust you on that.
What's
a type of
Barboach
fish.
again?
I mean, I inferred that from it being a fish.
Oh, sorry, I...
No, it's okay. All right, welcome. If you happen to be tuning in for the first time with this week's episode, thank you for checking us out. We are a school of fish who get together every week to talk about Kamen Rider Super Sentai and a third thing.
Oh, I thought we were a group of paladins.
I was going to go with that until we started talking about fish.
Oh, damn it, fish!
Fuck Barboach. Barboach is stupid.
The ultimate rival fish.
Yeah,
The ultimate rival to a cat. A fish.
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 Wouldn't it be a dog?
Whiskash is cooler anyways.
Like
Also, new Pokemon Snap out now.
Yeah, I'm going to be streaming that on Sunday, by the way.
22 years we've been demanding and wanting a new Pokemon Snap game, and then they're finally like, oh, here you go.
I'm still legitimately shocked it wasn't for Wii U. Like,
Right?
Or Wii!
Although I feel like in the long end, in like playing the long game, it's better that it's on the Switch than the Wii U.
Armor High, get rid of that. That's fucking terrifying. I don't like looking at that.
That's cursed, whatever that is. I don't want to know.
I'm gonna
I can't take it down.
Minimum-
I don't want to know.
Ah!
It's a puffer
Holy
fish.
fuckles and snuggles!
It's a puffer fish with like a human face filter on it.
Alright, well, this week we are talking about Kamen Rider Saber, episode 32.
Yeah, we are.
Zenkaiger, episode 8. And for our future topic, we're talking about the first quote-unquote episode of the Netflix series Voltron Legendary Defender, aka the Netflix Voltron reboot.
The only Voltron reboot.
I mean, the reboot of Voltron that is on Netflix.
I mean, my favorite's still Voltron in the third dimension.
Which isn't a reboot, it's a sequel.
I know it is.
I need to rewatch that.
Yeah, me
first 5
too.
episodes are some of the episodes are actually on the official Voltron YouTube channel.
Amazing. Alright, well, let's get into Saber.
What?
Oh man, this show is just hitting out banger after banger of episodes.
All right, let's get it out of the way. Ichi, what did you think of the debut of Blades' new form?
I was angry seeing it until the hair turned into fucking wings.
There you go, champ. That's what I was waiting for.
That's the form I wanted.
It was so cool in some ways, literally. Like just the fact that I know this is going way ahead, but throwing
throwing the enemy underwater into a giant water abyss, and then freezing it all into a snowscape. That was freaking cool.
Oh yeah.
Pun intended.
Yep.
No, actually, I wasn't thinking at that time. I'm not that smart.
Please.
Honestly, seeing the suit in action, man, I like the hair.
Please, for the love of God, put out the SH figure arts with removable hair. Please.
I can't see why they wouldn't have the wings as a part you can put on.
You know what? If they don't, SHF upgrades will.
Oh man, somebody, I need to get that figure without the hair. Because, oh my god, it looks so good.
So, I was having real trouble finding a good face of the week for this episode because there wasn't a lot to go on. But, Ichi, forgive me, I saw this one. It was the funniest I saw.
Oh,
Rintaro in the middle of getting his fucking ass kicked.
Oh, no.
That's horrible. Don't.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't like it.
Really got absolutely beaten up.
But god damn is this man's determination, like, so good.
He was amazing.
Oh.
What I don't get is, like, Zuos unlocked his new, whatever you call that final form.
Predator.
Is that what it's called?
Zuos Predator.
So yeah, so he unlocked it just out of pure rage. He didn't have to undergo the same ritual Legiel did.
I have a feeling since
I'm surprised he didn't do a backflip before.
Right? No backflips!
I have a feeling, like, since he got hit with a bunch of flames in the last episode, that's just his body just burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, we did see a glimpse of it at the end of the previous episode.
Yeah, so maybe that's just it. Maybe it's just...
They just cooked him.
Yeah,
I did like...
his body's scorched.
What were we saying, Lane?
I did like that story. It's just like, all right, go on now.
Go play with the swordman.
Go play, puppy.
Don't worry, my pet will take care.
Daddy's got to take care of some business, aka doing the same plot point over again. Hey,
Also,
remember that time when Storius broke into Sword of Logos to steal a book that was locked away? Yeah, what if we did that again?
okay, you know what? I know you guys didn't like the one that I took, but the Decker just showed this gif of Ogami. That's you know what? That's the face of the week.
That's
just
what
his
I was
reaction
thinking.
to his pin.
That's what I was expecting. No! Get that shit out of here!
No.
No, gone.
It was
banned.
honestly difficult to watch.
Can I say it creeped me out at the end of the episode when Storius just gave that fucking laugh? I was just
that laugh felt absolutely forced.
No, but still, I was not expecting something of like that coming from him, and that fucking terrified me. I was like, ugh.
Yeah. I just love that the episode opened with, oh no, we have to prepare. They will eventually come for us. Oh my god, they're coming for us!
Prepare for trouble and
Yeah, that
make
was pretty
it double.
fast.
To protect the books from your devastation, to unite all swords within our nation.
Also,
Ryoga,
Reika...
Saber.
Reika is also starting to have her doubts about shit, and I gotta say, I don't like it.
No,
oh my God,
like...
our Team Rocket.
So, are you telling me that this
this
entire fucking time, are you telling me that Reika and Ryoga genuinely believed that Master Logos was working in the name of actual justice? They actually think that everyone else are all just traitors? That's fucking absurd!
I mean,
Yeah.
he might as well have just walked up and done the Mystery Science, "Hi, I'm Bob Evil" quote.
Right?
I mean, to be fair, Master Logos does feel like a Palpatine type of dude.
Oh, for sure.
Where he will
Do it.
backstab every single person he can to make sure that nobody can stop him.
And you know he's eventually going to betray Storius, or at least attempt to.
I have a feeling he's just using Storius as a puppet to get the fragments of the Book of All Knowledge and All Power, kill him,
They are
and
for
then take the book for his...
they are for sure both using each other.
No, this is how it's gonna go right now. Storius thinks he's the main bad guy, but then Logos is gonna kill him, and Logos is gonna keep thinking he's the bad guy, and then Disaster's just gonna come out of nowhere and be like, BAM! And then just, no, I'm the bad guy. Fuck y'all.
I legitimately don't know who the final villain is going to be.
It's gonna be Disaster. It's gonna be Disaster.
It's
Guaranteed.
I mean, by merit of the new writer that was announced in Extra, we know that Logos is going to be a thing for at least the next 10 episodes.
Well, I actually don't know, so I will find out later because I missed Extra, sadly.
But you know what really made me crack up? Right, even like not even before we haven't even reached the fucking opening.
The poor directing of this episode.
More like the poor directing of the Instagram filter, because Logos' goddamn energy bow, clearly shitty filter.
That was terrible looking. Oh my god.
Like, I'm noticing that's been my problem with Saber. Like, I caught up today, like the last 4 episodes. The story is good, but the directing can be so much better.
In places.
Like, in some places, the directing could be better. I know we're still in the middle of a pandemic, so, like, there's a lot of green screen being used, especially with the villain base. Seriously, like, do they not have that on location?
My question is, does Toei not have somewhere in their studio prop department a simple fucking bow and arrow?
I was about to say.
They could have just had him use an actual, like, shitty prop bow and arrow and then CGI'd over it. But no, we got a fucking Instagram filter.
It's Zelda with her magical bows.
Maybe they don't have a bow and arrow.
They've done how many fucking movies set in Edo where there have been archers?
Also, Min, as much as, like, we haven't seen Sophia, I was really terrified she was gonna die.
She's putting in work this week.
Yeah,
no, because I noticed
she has legitimate abilities.
I noticed whenever Zeus was like hitting her barrier, you could tell she was getting like cut up and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh my god, like Sophia, be careful for fuck's sake.
We just got you back.
Got genuinely injured and bled in this episode, and it was upsetting to watch. But
Zeus is not fucking around.
But she's
also, we found the secret to Durandal's little party trick he's got.
No, okay. So everything up until now you can attribute to Toma being chosen by Kamijo. This is the first episode where I genuinely think Toma is in fact some sort of super chosen protagonist destined for power, because this is the first time he has had a power that was completely out of nowhere.
To be fair.
Yeah.
Was it his hat?
The person... No, to be fair.
He has the power to have the weirdest hats. Like, if you see, he had that Amish hat, and then he had this weird, like, Russian communist hat. I'm sorry. I'm being dumb.
To be fair, this episode was written by a completely rando person.
I don't know.
I mean, literally, I look up their wiki. Oh, they wrote this episode and the next one. Okay, what else have they done? Oh, they've done Ultraman X. Oh, they did Ultraman X. No. They did one episode of Ultraman X.
Which one?
Why is it
episode 12? The Exceed X episode.
I just have... the only question I have is, why is it so difficult to use the same writer for a show? Why can't they just use the same writer for the whole show?
Because he's busy writing the rest of the show.
Don't commit to a show if you can't commit to the show!
He's writing the rest of the show.
Even the most creator-driven shows have multiple writers.
Also, he might also be in the middle of other projects too. So
maybe it could be a thing that, like, this was meant to be addressed, but the writer of this episode wasn't filled in as to, hey, how does he have this power?
Protagonist?
Fuck it, he just does.
Literally, it was written purely just to counter Durandal's fucking teleporting ability.
But we've seen this better in other shows, though. I mean, Lane, you and I both seen this better in Ultraman Z episode 2. You know,
yeah.
The main antagonist is invisible. What do? Listen for them.
Yep.
But now, so I'm wondering how this power is going to factor into the story.
It won't.
No, let me make my predictions here. So I think that this is tied to Toma actually being some sort of, like, destined hero for a reason we may or may not actually get into the source of. but it could also be the reason why Luna, who is actually an important plot character with powers and such, was drawn to befriend him.
Oh wait, I know why. Morphin Masters.
Morphin Masters.
Morphin Masters.
Also,
I'm wondering now, is he originally from Wonderworld? Is he some kind of story person?
I don't think it's gonna go that far.
He's been Luna all along.
So
That would be such a weird twist.
One other thing that I will put out there is, so we've seen that there are these big books that are also fragments of the omniscient tome of knowledge and power, and in addition to the Wonder Ride books, I think that Wonder Story that Toma has, the pop-up book, is also one of them, and I think that's going to turn into his final form power-up.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, because so far we know that there are only 3 big fragments.
Yeah.
Sophia has one, Logos, and Tassel has one.
Yes.
Finally, they're all together.
Yeah.
Gravity Falls.
The 3 journals.
Yeah, the 3 journals.
The author of the journals, Tassel.
Oh, what if Tassel gives one of them like his fragment, and then it becomes like a final form?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh God, just the tassel book.
So anyways, a lot of shit happens off screen.
An Espada final form.
I have a feeling, especially after that preview, and especially since this episode somewhat marks the end of Rintaro's character arc. They're gonna start wrapping up Espada's story, and then we're gonna get final endgame.
Final stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Buster lost his power, his sword and book.
Ogami got fucked up badly.
He did.
If only we saw it.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad about that.
That's my
We
problem.
saw enough people getting messed up this episode. We don't need to see another person getting beaten up.
But that's my problem with this episode, though, is with the directing. They showcase the wrong stuff. Sophia, yes, she can explain it, but I would rather see Buster get his ass handed to him by Zeus to show just how more powerful he is compared to the other riders. Oh, but you could say, but he beat up Rintaro. Everyone's been beating up on Rintaro for the last 2 or 3 episodes.
I was going to say, Zeus has been doing plenty of shit-kicking of Rintaro over the last few episodes.
Okay, so what you're saying is not that you want to see Rintaro and Ogami get beaten up because you want to see people get beaten up. You just want to see someone else get beaten up for a change.
Yes.
A little variety.
Sort of like a power scaling. To think like Buster has 15 years more experience than Rintaro does.
Yeah, he's always been touted as the big, powerful senior.
And also think of it this way. He's one of the last few riders that actually still has his ability to transform.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. And it's not even that it's sealed away. His powers got stolen from him.
I love it. Like, it was so convenient for the villains because Zeus beats the shit out of Ogami, drags him by the head over into the room that they're in, which, by the way, is the room that Octopus Light debuted in Bill. I recognize that.
And where, what are they called? Yggdrasil had the Tree of Life opening.
Yes.
Yes, as Blaze is mentioning, Maid was handed Ikazuchi to defend herself with.
Oh my god, okay.
Shut up! That is such bait. I love how bait that is. They totally did that on purpose. To feed you.
I am fucking done with this whole, will May become a writer? Everyone, please shut the fuck up.
I kind of hope...
It's not going to happen. There's only 10 episodes left. Stop asking for it. It won't happen.
Yes, as I explained in my pre-show before the podcast, I mentioned that remember that the Sword of Darkness and the Sword of Light are like the 2 most powerful swords, like out of all the swords. And so Logos is going to want to get his hands on both of them. So he's going to take away the Sword of Darkness and Caliber powers away from Kento, and Kento's going to not have his Caliber powers, and then Toma's going to bring them back into their circle. Like him and Rintaro are going to be like, no, we're your friend. Remember we made that vow, that promise together. And then he's going to take up Espada once again.
Probably.
And then, because
when it happen.
Because then he's going to get his lightsaber power up, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Lightsaber power up?
Yeah, because their swords glow.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
the power to save.
No, but Blaze made that promise because she kind of just put herself in there. She's like, oh, me too. I want
made
to be
the promise
important.
to be there to support them. They went over this last episode how May is their support system.
Yes, and she's been doing a phenomenal job just as how she is. So
To have her
sorry.
suddenly thrust into the role of a swordsman?
With no training whatsoever?
Toma didn't
Also, it was really hilarious when Logos was like, "All right, Durandal, I need you to stop trying to kill Toma. I need you to come back. All right, cool. But yo, first I gotta kill Toma," and then he gets teleported away when he's about to do it. I thought that was hilarious.
I love that. I also really love that we got to actually see Durandal's time powers work, and it's like it's all slowed down, and you hear the sonar beeping. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, so it's like
As bullet
Yes,
time
it's
rather
ocean
than
history.
actual
The story page of his ride book has sonar on it.
Okay, because I'm like, what's with the beeping?
It's sonar.
yeah, so like I think he like gives the illusion that they're still fighting him, but then he's just like, haha, I'm sneaking behind you.
Yeah.
And now everyone's arguing
But
in
it makes
Discord
sense because
about whether or
ocean
not why
creatures, some
May
of them
should or
actually
shouldn't
have the
be
ability to
riding.
use sonar.
Yeah, and I love that I can finally hear what his sword is saying. So like when he activates it, it's Kaiji Masho, and then when he comes back, it's Zenkaiger.
So,
Because Saikai means like reset or restart.
so do you think he summons like a water duplicate of himself as he moves through time?
No, that's those are just after images from the way he moves.
Okay, because I was thinking about, I'm like, well, it's also a water-based book, so I'm guessing water duplicate as he slowly moves.
No,
around.
it's not
Well,
duplicate.
it's like that thing the Flash and Reverse Flash can do, where they can go so fast that they make like copies of themselves.
So after images, like I said.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So basically, moving so fast, you're in two places at once.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes,
Sort of like bullet time, but not exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I laughed so hard when I saw May holding Ikuzuchi, because I'm like, oh, that's such bait. And you know why that isn't gonna lead to her being a rider? Because if she was, the sword would have lit up as if it had chosen her. But it
Exactly.
didn't. So it's
It
not
was
gonna
just
happen.
that she didn't have a means to defend herself, so they were like, "Here, hold Gizuchi."
You hold this one.
But yeah, anyways, so Blades gets his new form, and it did not need to be as fucking glorious and awesome as that was, but I'm glad it was.
All he went through, he deserved a form that amazing.
Yeah,
I'm just sad it didn't get a CG henshin.
he will.
Like a library sequence.
He attack.
I mean, like a library sequence.
Fucking impaled Zeus with like icicles.
That whole battle was amazing.
Yeah, and then he like gets frozen. You see him, and he's like,
Batters him to death.
yeah, he's like, oh, I hope I get to fight you again someday, and then he blows up.
I'm sorry to say this, but much like Legiel, I didn't feel anything for his death.
Yeah, honestly, it's just like cool that the annoying battle freak is out of the way.
But I'll miss his random backflips.
I mean, I was thinking, I know this is really bad, but I was also thinking, let him have one more backflip.
I wish so hard that he just like backflipped as he exploded.
Are you guys
If
talking
anyone
about
can find a way to backflip in, if anyone can find a way to backflip
In an ice cage,
in an ice cube, it would be him.
right?
Are you guys talking about the random backflip he did in the previous episode?
He backflips all the fucking time, dude. Especially in the last few episodes.
Episode 1 was probably the most random, spontaneous one, though.
Leo, Blaze is mad. He's furious. God damn. Calm down, Blaze. It's okay.
What is he mad about? Let me...
He really wants May to become a Spada because, like...
Why, though?
His only other argument is, why is the Espada suit different from the other two?
I'll say again what I said to you earlier. May can be maybe a mini hero or rider later, not a Spada.
If anything, maybe she'll take Sabala.
Do a dream sequence like that episode with Akiko in Double where she dreamed she was Double. That a dream sequence of her as a rider would be funny. That would be funny.
Yeah, we'll get a fucking hyper battle video or something where she gets to be Sabala.
Kamen Rider May.
Is there a sword name that has May in the name? Is there a type of sword?
The Mayblade.
The Mayblade.
The Mayblade.
Let's Mayblade!
Oh, God. No, we're not unmuting you, boys.
Not unmuting you.
No.
We get it. You're angry. We're sorry.
But yeah, just like Zeus's defeat, it's like, oh no.
For me, it's more like, God, I'm glad now we'll stop hassling them. Now we can get into the actual plot and not just, oh, you're weak and I'm strong.
Is that the sound he makes?
Yes.
Or brings up an interesting point. Falchian's sword is Mumei Ken Kyomu. Oh yeah, it is Raimei Ken Ikuzuchi.
There you go. They'll kill Falchion in the show and then make him take Falchion's fucking sword.
We did get this beautiful wallpaper shot.
Oh yeah, of him paying respect to his master.
So you guys don't have anything against Mei being a rider, but only being Ikuzuchi.
Only being a spy, yeah.
I don't.
I don't know why I said Ikuzuchi like it was the rider name.
We already had Kamen Rider Ikuzuchi last year.
I'm just thinking of it like this. Do I think Mei should be a rider? Under the right circumstances.
It's not impossible, but I don't think she's there yet.
It's not impossible, but it's the problem of don't have it be forced, and don't just have it be like, I'm a rider now. It's like, but
then you look at Kamen Rider Poppy, where it was literally forced.
Yeah, that's the prime example is Poppy. Like, they literally made Poppy a rider because it was like, oh, let's make Poppy a rider. Everyone likes Poppy.
Sorry, what was that, Emily?
I said I liked Kamen Rider Poppy.
I also like Kamen Rider Poppy.
I liked it too until she just stood there in the fucking background and did nothing when they're all fighting. And it's
I think she was super underused was the problem.
Like, you're literally right there. Fucking transform and help.
Fucking do something.
Fucking do something. Also, keep in mind the last female rider that was in this guy's writing show. You know, Necrom Pink. That got its ass handed to it.
I still don't count that as a rider. That's bullshit.
Necrom Pink?
Mm-hmm.
To think, one more Necrom, we could have gotten Necrom Sentai.
Yeah, well, there's the original, there's the red, the blue, and the yellow, and isn't there one more?
Pink.
Yeah, so... Original, blue, red, yellow, pink, so we do have a Sentai.
We do!
Nekuromja.
So next week's episode, we get Toma finally deciding to face Kento and kind of...
Yeah.
We're in the process of bringing Toma back to Kento back to their side.
Like that's why I said, since Rintaro's character storyline is over, now it's time to finish up Espadas, and then we go into the final battle.
It's time to finally tell Kento to knock off his goth emo shit.
Yeah, because remember, Kento is not evil. It's just that the sword showed him something he didn't want to see. It really fucked with him, and so he's just kind of he's not evil. He's just trying to stop them.
He thinks that there's no way that it can't end in sorrow.
And that actually leads me into something I wanted to talk about on the show that I mentioned in the Discord a while back. I think that the way this show is going to lead towards is, I think Kuriyami, the Sword of Darkness, is designed specifically to only show bad futures. I think it didn't show him all possible futures. It only showed him bad futures. Contrast.
Super interesting.
Contrast this to Yuri, the Sword of Light. He has talked several times about how he sees potential in Toma, how Toma is supposed to be someone destined to obtain power. So he sees the potential in Toma. So follow me on this. The Sword of Darkness presents problems, and the Sword of Light presents the solution.
That is interesting.
And that is what
that's why Logos is going to take those swords.
Yeah. So it's a real interesting dichotomy if you think about it, clashed against each other like that. So
also,
I think that's what we're headed towards.
Yeah, also I thought it was adorable too when Daisenji, I forgot which sword he was holding. He was holding a sword and he's like, oh man, this is fucking great.
Yeah. So at the start of the episode, he's holding on to Rekka, I think, or Nagare, one of the two of them, and he's just like, Nagare reacted to Rekka. Oh my god, I need to find out why this is happening.
I said sure, and then...
And also, Rintaro and Toma made a sword promise. That was cute.
Thank you.
Yep.
They like clang swords and then they meet at the end and they're like, see, I kept my promise. Yeah. Also, I love that, like, so yeah, he's outside battling Zvos in the cold, and then when he comes back in, he's sneezing because, you know, North Pole.
Yeah, at first I thought that it was like, is it because of the cold or because they were talking about him?
No, it's because he was out in the cold. Like, he wasn't affected while he was using the ice-themed power-up, but then he, like an idiot, unhenshined while still out in the frigid North Pole.
Yep.
So yeah, next week, Saber and Caliber have it out, and then they fight Logos, who's wielding Ikazuchi and Gekido.
Okay, last thing that I'm going to bring up, because I'm going to call it now. Once all this is over, Rintaro is going to become the new Master Logos.
That's what we said last week.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The way, because, you know, that's...
I will correct the guild.
Yeah, like, you know, it was corrupted. Now I shall lead it.
I love it. I want it.
In, like, a new path. And, like, he gets the red robes.
Yeah.
What about you, Toma? Oh, I'm just going to keep... No. And what are you going to do, Toma? And just... Everything freezes. It cuts to Toma on his desk.
Finishing the book.
Yeah, finishing the book. Just... He thinks about it.
What will I do?
No, yeah. What will I do? As if the entire show was just his next book he was writing.
I love that.
Guys,
and then the way they tease the movie that comes afterwards, he opens another book and starts writing again.
Yeah. Or like, what will you do now, Toma? Just like he stops writing, he looks up, just smiles. The book closes, and it's like all the Rider books.
Yeah.
They're just gonna do the same thing that they did with the reporter character in the Blade movie, where he just made money off of writing a whole fucking book about the whole show of Blade.
Except he'll be less of a shitbag about it.
Exactly.
For a second there, I'm like, why are you bringing up the Marvel movie?
He's talking about Kotaro.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Kamen Rider Blade.
Yeah, that guy always drank milk.
Yeah.
You mean me?
Yeah. I mean, I drink milk. I love milk.
I'm just.
But do you love life?
I'm just craving milk right now.
Oh my god, I remember that.
One of the guys I watch on YouTube, he's lactose intolerant. And he made a rant video about how fucking people who are lactose intolerant stop drinking dairy. You know it's bad for you, so stop trying to take the risk.
Anyways, let's get into Zenkaiger.
Sorry, Emily, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying, but I know that a lot of people's response is just, I know it hurts me, it's just too tasty.
I mean, human nature is to want things you shouldn't have.
The psychoanalysis of lactose intolerance.
Yeah.
Senkai!
Cool.
The episode really caught me off guard because it just started up and just like, all right, the Megazords, and then more Megazords.
And I gotta say, I love that. Like, he used his weapon powers too much, and then it didn't work.
He overloaded the gun.
Yeah.
I like that. It shows that there is a limit to what he can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that even the Wally got upset about it too. He's like, "What the fuck, Gerudo?" And he's like, "Oh, you used too much energy." And it's like, "Well, fucking fix it."
Well, it goes from him being sort of OP to it making perfect sense that he has a limit.
And Stacey has a lot to learn.
It's also funny that, like, oh, look at all the suits that they recreated in that shot. PNG.
Oh yeah, no, they were just images.
PNG, stock photo.
All the ones they summoned the second time were just images.
But that's a good way, a good way to do it without...
Oh yeah, no, it was fine.
Well, I guess. Just...
Do you really want them to put all of those mechs for a 5-second shot?
I at least want to see all the mechs at one point in the show.
Can we bring up the fact, please, that apparently Barushitaros had 893 wives?
This robot fucks.
What the hell, man?
Ended up with a Playboy Kikainoid.
I mean, the guy's got a fucking cannon on his head, so...
I mean,
This robot...
No.
This robot fucks!
think of it this way, though. They are robots.
I never thought of that now.
How much long? How long do they live for?
And not only does this robot fuck, but we now have confirmation that this tank robot fucked and impregnated a human woman!
Yeah! Maybe Kaito's mom, who knows?
Super
might be Kaito's
Sentai! For children!
So we've seen that
To
before.
be fair, lots of things involve parents. Like,
Dude,
we never really think about where they come from.
I mean, really think of O-Rangers finale, where we see the robot baby. Oh,
No, but you know what?
That's
You know what it might
looks
be?
like.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out on this. So
Stacey
maybe
is
the
Zenkaiger.
mother was Kaito's mom, and maybe they like built Stacey,
You missed the delivery, making the
but
baby.
making the baby's the fun part.
How could I not think of robots?
No, Robots is a fantastic film. Everyone needs to watch it. It's great.
I just imagine. I think it's from Family Guy. I just imagine the stork turning off the light.
Honey, our baby's here. Kind of looks like your boss.
Oh god, the Grinch! I did not get that joke when I was little.
Oh, me neither.
Oh, damn it, Armored Hide.
Oh god, that's fucking creepy. It has lips.
Is that the robot baby?
Ah!
From
Here's the robot baby.
It's reminding me of something.
From the O-Ranger finale, Robot Baby.
God.
Where they literally had the debate of, are you Super Sentai actually going to kill a baby that has done nothing wrong? Anyways, bye, explodes.
Oh, okay.
So then
And
they're
what's
like, shit, what do we do?
But what's worse, is this baby or the space baby from Shin Kamen Rider?
This baby. Because at least Keita Mamiya knew what he was doing.
True.
I'm sad Stacy's not in the opening yet, but maybe after Two Kaiser we'll get
Vision baby.
there's the real robot baby.
I saw that and I questioned my entire existence. I was like, wait, what?
Like, did they actually just get him to bring in photos of him throughout his youth and they just edited them?
Yep.
Funny if they
That's
did
what I'm
that. That's
guessing.
a whole nother-
Right?
So anyway, yeah. Well, of course, Stacy's not going to be added into the opening because, you know what, we'll get into him later.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Hey man,
it's not gonna
Stacy's
be the
awesome.
Stranger. Like,
So we have Door World.
Door World. What the fuck?
I just
Fucking
know Monsters,
Door
Inc. was-
World.
scary as some of the places they ended up, like in the middle of a domestic argument between a human and a Kikainoid, no less.
Also, yeah, Gege is holy fucking shit. This thing is big.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big it was.
Okay, but can I just say, yes, I know the CGI is like crappy, but
It's a
for
kid's show.
Toei's budget, that still looks pretty good.
I actually like Gege. I'm excited to see more of him. And yeah, that shot of Room almost drowning was funny.
I keep saying the true villain of the show is the fucking bird. The bird's the one controlling everything.
I legitimately don't think that is just being funny. I think that the bird might actually be the mastermind.
He is, totally is.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me so much.
Also, I really love every time Wally gets fucking pissed off. That's what I'm calling the main boss, like on the wall, Wally.
Loco Wouse.
I like every time he fucking just like slams his fist on the ground and they bounce.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
like
so
that he's a
great.
wall. Like,
I never
don't
get
know
tired of
why.
that. I call him
You-
Wally.
You know eventually he's going to have a final form where he comes out of the wall.
I do have to wonder, though, like when he slams his fist on the ground, you see Ijiru like jump up.
Yep.
You see wheels.
Oh, yeah, he's got wheels.
So I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, well,
aren't-
he has a tank body, of
No,
course.
no, not that. I mean, like, actual wheels for the suit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's on little wheels. Like,
And I'm
shopping cart wheels.
I'm like, guys, were we supposed to edit those out?
Nope. That's how he gets around.
But he's tank treads.
No, Barashitara's the tank. He's a shopping cart.
Also, thank you, Blue, for
Do I have
showing one
to
of my.
insert a quarter to work with him.
Thank you, Blue, for showing me one of the best scenes in the episode. So yeah, so the door world monster, he basically summons like all these doors, and like whatever door you go through, you just get teleported to another place.
It was an excuse for them to use every filming location they could get their hands on.
I
but then they.
I want voiced by Billy Crystal.
Why don't they just use Windows? But then they try that and it still doesn't work.
Yeah, I actually laughed at that.
As Decker points out here, at one point Kaido goes to fucking London.
Oh yeah, and then they go to like Australia and Egypt and fucking man.
Oh,
He gets a bunch of souvenirs too.
The jokes in this are limitless.
Yeah.
Also,
it was.
It was a
so
good
funny.
idea to use the miniature sets for the Megazord fights as the actual building for Ran.
Yep.
But I just love Vroon shows up and they're like wrestling. He's like, "Hey, you all wrestle with us?"
I'm interested, but perhaps later.
Yes. But not right now.
My favorite though was just the grandma fucking goes through a door, ends up in a theater. You just see the Toei fucking
that's the
intro going, and she's like, well,
Fuck
God's giving me a fucking chance to see a movie, so I'm doing it. I'm like, that's great.
I didn't have to pay.
I wonder what movie it was.
I don't
Some
know,
Toei
fuck
film.
it.
Oh, it's probably.
I mean, I know that it showed the logo, but I
Oh,
want
it's
to
probably-
know what specific movie it was.
It was probably Kamen Rider Saber the movie.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
Also, I was about to call Majine Nunu.
No.
Like the vacuum from Teletubbies.
Oh my god. They missed out on the perfect joke for Vroon. You see how he's with all those penguins?
Uh-huh.
How funny would it have been if they put the northern base, like,
Oh my god.
in the background. It's just like a silhouette.
Yeah.
Just like, huh.
So they are in the same universe.
Yeah, no. Oh my god, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
The
Of like,
North
no,
Pole
he
transported
ends up in the Antarctic, or like the North Pole. He sees the logos, like,
Northern base.
yeah, the northern base. He opens up the door, be like, hey, maybe I can get help from them.
Tries to go through the door and warps away.
Yeah. It
I guess
pops up.
not.
It's like, there's your crossover.
Yep.
Bye.
Get baited.
I honestly miss those Rider Sentai crossovers, man. Those are fun.
Oh my god, that would have been the perfect opportunity for this.
Yeah.
Kaito opens up a door, he bumps into Toma. Oh, hey, sorry.
Yeah.
And they just, like,
Because-
that's it.
Yeah.
They just bump into each other, quickly be like, oh, sorry, and they keep going.
Yep.
Because like
That
the
would have
fucking
been funny.
the Gaimon Ninja one was really good. Or no, sorry, the Gaim Tokuger one was good. The Ninja Drive one was good. Then they just got lazy with like Zooger, Ghost, and
Just
Key
happened
Ranger
to show
and
up, yeah.
X-Aid. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
showed up in each other's episodes. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay.
They end up not being that profitable.
The best one still is Decade Shinkenger.
Where you actually had to watch Decade
Yeah.
for the crossover.
Yep.
But I liked. I just loved that like Vroon ends up in like an interrogation room and this cop's just going at it with this guy. And then apparently he makes them food.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Thing about that is, that's actually like a weird running joke in Japanese media. I thought to get someone to confess when you're interrogating them, you make them homemade katsudon, and it reminds them of their parents, and they start crying and are like, "I used to be a good man."
Oh, well, it's like that donut. It's like that donut joke in the Transformers movie.
Yeah, so a bunch of things have references to that. Like anytime you see interrogation, there's usually a scene involving katsudon somewhere.
You know,
I wanted that to happen, and then just another cop comes in. 28 stab wounds.
Oh yeah,
He ran
They did
into
that-
my
they-
knife 10 times.
right. They did that in the first Avenger as well, where like Tommy Lee Jones brought like Zola, whatever, like a steak dinner, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a vegetarian." He's like, "Okay," proceeds to eat it himself.
Yep.
oh yeah, imagine he walks in with a bride, just like, I got the bouquet, that means I'm getting married.
I'm next.
I'm like, this could have been a perfect episode.
And then
I say
Julian ends up in Africa with a fucking bunch of lions. He's like, "Oh, Gaon? Nope, that's not Gaon."
I think he ended up at a zoo.
Yeah. He ended up at African Lion Safari.
And then he just imagines Gaon as one of the lions anyway.
Oh, I just realized they missed out on a perfect joke too.
Mm-hmm.
Missed opportunity number 2. They go to New Zealand.
And there's sheep everywhere?
No.
They see Power Rangers filming.
That's where they film Power
Oh.
Rangers. And like the Kohatsu will walk by and be like, "Hello, Blue Ranger."
But by far the best joke of the whole episode is the other Zenkaigers after their fucking world tour realize, okay, so if this keeps happening every time we go through a door, all we have to do is not that. Let's
So
just
they
run
sort of walk
/ fly back from wherever the fuck we landed.
They grow big, and then they're just like, yeah, we grew big so we could like save time on getting back to you.
And how do they do this? But they interrupt a fight between Zenkaiger and Stacey by falling out of the sky and crushing the fake Sentais into dust. Oh my god, that got me!
Now
It's like, oh no! Masked Man and 5-Man! What am I gonna do? Fumph! Hey, Kaito, we're here!
Now I just remembered the green screen joke that they did with Varun. Where they keep going around. He ends up in like this animated world. And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
And then like the camera pans out.
It's a
he's
green
just on
screen.
green screen. I'm like, oh my god.
that freaked me out. I'm like, oh my god, he's in Cartoon World!
Guys, that's a perfect joke.
That was what I thought too, was that he had just somehow teleported into an animated world.
But what's clever for them? Like, okay, windows don't work. Let's just walk back.
Yeah.
So now we just see that apparently Stacey just is really irritated with Kaito, and he just decides, "Oh, we're rivals. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you. I want to defeat you."
Cool, I hate you now.
No, there is a reason, guys. He hates his dad.
And he hates Kaito because he likes his parents.
He hates Kaito because Kaito believes in the idea of
Good parents.
becoming a family again. He can't have that. Because his mother's dead and his dad's a piece of shit.
They said that all they said was that Barashitara abandoned his mother. They haven't explicitly said she's dead.
He said that she died in a ditch.
What if
Well,
he was
said
lied
would
to?
Probably be dead in a ditch somewhere.
What if he was lied to? What if I want
You're
so
nobody.
bad.
Your parents sold you
That
for
they're brothers.
I want so bad for them to end up brothers.
You know what? Knowing Junko, yeah, this could be it. That they're brothers.
I want them to be brothers.
But okay, you gotta give Kaito the joke of him falling out of the construction vehicle and having to ask himself, I wonder if I'm in Japan.
I love that he came out wearing all this weird random shit and then is in this
He got
serious
a bunch
scene.
of souvenirs in the meantime.
I guess he was just going around being like, well, I'm in New York. Might as well walk around a bit.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm like, has it been like hours?
I just love that Vroon, after going through at least 1 or 2 doors, ended up outside like a shopping center.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, this is confusing. I know, I'll walk inside and ask an employee for help. Fuck!
Oh no,
Like, Vroon.
yep, he can't ask.
Oh, the piano of Gowon.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
Dirt.
No, he's
did-
out of practice.
I did
How
like
did
the
he
line.
even get there? There's no doors nearby.
I did like the line.
I gotta give it to that them though. Like
If you've ever been
they
in like
went,
a show
they went
like that, it's
all the
best.
way to 11 with this joke.
Oh yeah.
I did like the line Kaido said where he said to Stacey, he's just like, well, like your dad does care about you in some form because he like brought this monster to come beat us. Stacey's like, no, fuck you. He hates me. I hate him.
So yeah, the door world gets destroyed, and by Stacey, I think.
Yep. Stacey beat him.
Yeah, just because he's annoyed with him. And then we get the introduction of a new character.
Yep.
And he debuts by flying in and destroying the fake Geki Toja and Gosei Grade. And here we meet, I don't care what the actual lettering says, we're calling him Zox Gold Tweaker.
Yeah, Zox Goldo Suika.
Gold Suikar.
This is the only time ever where instead of using either L or R and sometimes using the wrong one, they just decided we'll use both. I've never seen that before now.
And how does he introduce himself? With singing a shanty.
There we are.
He has a
If I
fucking
were a
theme
rich
song.
man.
I couldn't hear you guys for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he has a shanty.
Are we talking about the worst Six Ranger debut of all time?
Agreed.
I would say the worst.
He's trying so hard to be the son of Marvelous, it's not even funny.
No, it's not even that. This is a 23-minute episode. Shows up at the 20th minute.
This was a complete episode already. We didn't need to have this in this episode.
Why did you shove in the Sixth Ranger debut with only 3 minutes left in the episode?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they should have waited for next week.
They wanted to sell the toy. They wanted to sell the toy. They wanted to sell the toy.
And that's the problem. They had to force out the toy release. I'm like, think of how they could have started off next week's episode. Just, they're all walking around. They have groceries or something. Hey, what's that in the sky? Hey, what is that? They see his mech show up.
Yep.
He comes down, pulls out like an air horn. Hi, my name's Zux. I am from Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger. I am looking for more Super Sentai gears. Have it be a reference to the first episode of Gokaiger and how they showed up.
That would have been good.
You know, just acknowledge that he is like a Gokaiger reference, but no, just shove him in, I guess.
Yep. So yes, we get to see his henshin and his roll call, and his Geardelinger is voiced by the voice of the Mobarates.
Yay!
And apparently he's after the Tojiru gears, which are not the transforming or power-up ones, but the ones with the worlds trapped in them.
Oh,
and
he wants the worlds. He wants to collect worlds?
Because he travels worlds.
Yeah.
But is he going to set them free from the gears?
No.
He does talk about freedom, but maybe...
Yeah, in his shanty, he says that he travels to worlds seeking justice and freedom. So...
Okay, so maybe he does have something good in mind.
And then he blows up some of Stacey's dark Sentai gears. That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. He shot one and then he just shot the other ones on the ground.
Sort of dumb because he can probably make more.
Yeah, but at least he slowed him down.
I will admit that his henshin sequence into transforming is a bit over the top.
I think his roll call was really annoying.
I'm sorry to say, that's
neon lights in the background when he transforms.
You know what, Ichi, you just said the best word for his whole entire purpose in this episode. Annoying. It
feels like he's trying to be half Gokaiger and half Star Ninja. And he's not doing good enough at either.
I'm not even thinking about that. But you know what? Yeah, that is a problem with him. You expect a Six Ranger to have an entire... Let's look at Kirame Silver. He had an entire episode dedicated to himself. Before we even found out, oh, by the way, I'm the Sixth Ranger.
Yep.
Wait, what? Yeah.
They handled him really well, I think.
They handled him well. Ryusou Gold, as much as we don't like him, he got his own character episode. Never have I seen a Sixth Ranger be so half-ass into a debut.
Also, regarding the name, I apparently it's not Tukaiser, it's Tsukaiser, coming from Tsukai, which has apparently two meanings. It's from Tsukai is a user, like a Maho Tsukai is a magic user, but also apparently Tsukai can be interpreted as a thrill, because when they say Tsukai Revolution in his henshin, it was subbed as Thrilling Revolution.
Oh, so it's Thrill Kaiser?
It's Tsukaiser. I
actually wonder if it's meant to have two meanings or three meanings, because it could also be two because he has two forms.
But since he is a bit half-ass, his whole entire debut is half-ass, I can think of this now. We're probably going to get more Rangers then.
Could be.
I hope Stacey becomes one.
I can see that. He gives off big chase energy.
He does, and as much as I like Zenkaiger, this still feels way too early.
Absolutely. We just got Stacey.
Yeah, we didn't need him. Yeah, we just got Stacey. We didn't need Kaiser in yet, so
we could have got another 10 episodes without him.
I mean, look at I'm going to use Gokaiger as an example. Look at Gokaiger. We had 14 episodes to learn about like the 5 main characters, and they all got at least one character focus episode. Episodes 15, 16 are Bosco's 2-parter, and we actually see how Marvelous got the team together a bit. Then episode 17 had Gokai Silver's debut. It wasn't like...
He's even an affront to the series he's supposed to be an homage to.
Yeah.
I liked he had the Gokaiger like transformation sounds when his helmet formed. I was like, ooh.
I don't care though, because I can't enjoy him because it feels so rushed.
I just can't process that. I just can't even process that this is the 6th Zenkaiger because it's just Gokai Gold. You know what I mean? You look at him and go,
Yeah,
"That's
much like a Gokaiger." Like, I haven't seen Gokaiger, so.
But like, you look at him and you go, "That's a Gokaiger." You don't think that's the Zenkaiger 6th member.
I wish he did look a bit more like Gokaio. Or hell, if you're gonna go the Gokaiger route, have him be like Gokai Silver, where it is 3 different Sentai powers merged into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess they're gonna do that with the O-Ranger and Shikenger thing, but like...
Yeah, next week we're gonna see his Orin and Shinken forms, and the Shinken form kind of look. The Shinken form kind of looks alright. The Orin form just looks super gaudy and ugly.
The O-Ranger form looks bad.
Oh yeah, and just like Kanalo, he has an Emoto. Little sister.
Is that bad?
It just feels like they're pandering.
I'm noticing 3 years in a row, 6 Ranger and Sister.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had that with Spectre too.
It's the same.
That's Kamen Rider. That's different. Yeah. At least with Go On Gold and Silver, they were actual siblings.
Yeah.
Here, it's just 6 Ranger.
And cute little sister if you'd a fanboy over.
Yeah, and cute little sister.
Okay, well, for me, Gar, I agree with you. You have made me realize that his debut was rushed, and I agree with that. I think he's cool, but he's not as like cool as like other 6 Rangers we've had. But I like him.
My problem is we don't know enough about him for him to be justified.
And
he just comes off.
Next week we will.
He just comes off as like, I'm hot shit and go fuck yourself, and I'm like, why should I care?
Like honestly, I'm like Star Caesar when he starts singing. What? What?
And I was like Kaito just being yo-hoy!
Oh yeah, okay, I'll admit, I like his jingle. That little jingle that he did was cute. I want it on the CD.
I didn't like it.
Okay, but imagine if he came up and he just started singing the 4Kids One Piece theme song.
No doubt someone's probably redubbed this with that.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I would enjoy that more.
Then maybe I should do that.
Do it. I wasn't a fan of his song, honestly.
I almost want his changer just because I like it when you shoot it. It goes,
yo! You like his song or hate his song?
Yeah.
I like his song. I like his shanty.
Dreamin', don't give it up, Luffy. Dreamin', don't give it up.
Zox.
Dreamin', don't give it up, Nami. Dreamin', don't give it up.
I mean, we know he has a wanted poster, just like the One Piece.
Oh my god! Now I'm just thinking of the Gokaiger One Piece parody.
Oh god!
His name's Marvelous. No, hang on.
This guy has.
Why I actually really like the 4Kids One Piece rap, even though I know it's terrible.
Oh, I love it too.
Oh, I love it.
Like, it's really catchy.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it would be less cringy if it existed as a separate thing and was never actually the opening.
And let's be real, specifically the first version, when they changed the lyrics to add Sanji and Chopper, it made inferior.
That's not what doctoring is. Doctoring is like making fake photographs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Now
he's doctored the opening song.
It's Marvelous. That's Captain Marvelous, King of the Sentais. He's got all their powers. How'd that happen? Yo-hee-hee's got all them Ranger keys. That was it. I was thinking...
Yo-ho-ho, he hung out with Aka Red.
Yo-hee-hee, he's got all them Ranger keys.
Good try.
His name is Joe. He's just like a samurai.
L.A.D. Light, Luke is not shy. Ami's doing that pirate thing. Doc is cooking and... Doc is cooking and all the doctoring. This is a real thing.
Oh god.
That's on.
Oh yeah, he dances in the fucking commercial too.
Oh, because Kyoryuger.
Hey!
Yeah, like he's like Zenkaiger and also Kyoryuger because of the dance, and also he has some Star Ninja energy to him. It's just a fucking mishmash.
Hey, let's take all the bad.
This
Six
guy just
Rangers.
has no self-identity. He wants so hard to live up to his daddy Marvelous.
His identity
Oh,
is.
no.
He
Okay,
wants to be
guys,
the cool
he's
guy.
Guy's bastard child.
He's the son of Guy and
Well,
Marvelous.
No,
Apparently he's from Pirate World.
no, that's it.
Is it a world where everyone is a pirate?
Yes.
I
Who do
imagine
they steal from?
each other.
He's Guy's
Yeah,
little
Pirates
brother.
steal from other
Oh.
pirates.
Now
Yeah.
that would have been a good plot twist.
Guy's brother.
He's Guy's little brother, and when he was a little kid, Guy went off into space. Never saw him again.
Yep.
Pirate is alright with me. Do what you want because a pirate is free.
But
You are a
pirate.
Sentai.
You are a pirate.
so
You
speaking,
gotta. No, I'm not gonna sing the whole thing.
speaking of space,
It's time for a future topic.
it's time for our future topic.
But before we do that, I believe Emily will be excusing herself for the evening.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I do
No worries.
really want to watch the new Voltron at some point, but I don't think I'm ready yet.
That's okay. Thank you for joining us anyway.
So, yeah. I know it's separate from the show, and I know that it doesn't affect the world of the show in any way. I really just... I don't
It's
know.
okay.
Maybe I feel like I want to watch it and not quite talk about it yet. It's sort of dumb, but thank you guys very much for having me, and take
Of course.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Emily.
All right, here we go.
Featured topic.
All right, Gar, give us the skinny.
I gave you a good picture of Voltron,
And I chose the one I liked better.
but we're talking about Voltron. You could have had, I don't know, Voltron.
I chose the one that made them look more like a Sentai.
So,
All right, from days of long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, come a legend of Voltron, defender of the universe.
Hail, Voltron.
A mighty robot, loved by good, feared by evil. As Voltron's legends grew, peace settled across the galaxy. On planet Earth, a galaxy alliance was formed together with the good planets of the solar system that maintained peace throughout the universe, until a new horror menace threatened the galaxy. Voltron was needed once more. Oh, sorry, that's from the original show.
Oh,
That's Peter Cullen, by the way.
cool.
Peter Cullen did the narration for Voltron.
that's
believe we got-
awesome.
Can't believe we got Peter Cullen on Castranger.
Oh, I wish we had Peter Cullen. I wish he is 80 right now, so I wish we had Peter Cullen on Castranger to be like, so did you do the narration for Voltron first or Optimus Prime first?
I mean, just check what year they aired.
They came out the same year.
Oh, then that would be
They,
a good
they
question.
actually came out a week apart, so it could have been any time before that.
Oh my god.
So, how far back do you guys want me to go? Do you want me to go House of Cards back or Beast King Go Lion back?
I just give us the medium version.
Like, how was this show a thing?
Well, it involves House of Cards being sued by Toei Company
Ah.
and Avatar The Last Airbender.
What?
Did you not know the showrunners of this did Avatar and Korra?
Oh, right. No, I remember that. Yeah.
That's why the animation seems like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Oh.
okay, that explains the Avatar thing. What about the sue against Toei? Well, there was meant to be a movie in the mid-2000s, but then Toei Company came in and was like, we own Go Lion, right? Well, how profitable is it in Japan? Not really. Can we just buy the rights from the show for you? Yeah, sure, why not? Probably the only time ever where Toei was like, just take it. Take it.
I wish they would do that with. I wish fucking whoever owns Mystic Knights would sell off that license so I can have more of that.
I think Disney owns it.
Oh god, I'll never see it again.
Exactly.
Nope.
It's like how we'll never see Transformers Robots in the Skies 2001 ever again.
Transformers.
Change before your eyes.
I know bats.
Robert Axelrod was also a Transformer in that,
Cool.
where he floated around space and was like, you know what? I want to live on the moon. I'm like, is that a fucking Lord Zed reference?
Nice.
But anyways, so the people that created the original Voltron show now have the rights to Go Lion and Die Rudder, which was Vehicle Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
They could do whatever they wanted with this, and that leads into the House of Cards. The Netflix original show, House of Cards, was their very first Netflix original.
The one with Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, the one with Kevin Spacey.
That's all I know
Don't
about
talk
it.
Kevin Spacey anymore.
Yeah, apparently he became a big dick nut, but anyways.
Did anyone honestly get surprised? He kind of had that energy.
It's you know, it's essentially like these guys from a podcast I watched. They're watching a movie and they're like, man, how weird is it to see so many pedophiles in one room? And I'm like, true. But anyways,
I mean, he played Lex Luthor.
But anyways, where was I going with this? Netflix, right?
Pedophiles.
Yeah. So more like Gartox. So Netflix saw that, hey, our House of Cards was very successful financially.
What if we do something completely different?
What if we had a company for us to make kids' cartoons? Can we get Disney? No, we don't want Disney. Warner? Nah. DreamWorks. Because we need Jeffrey Katzenberg, a.k.a. America's favorite asshole.
Oh.
Katzenberg, the guy that ripped off his own studio. Ants and Bugs Life, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So they went up to Katzenberg and made a deal for 300 hours of original content straight to Netflix.
There's cats in it.
Katzenberg. He is a pussy.
Whoa!
So anyways, the lineup was essentially just spin-off material for their shows. Like, you had Mr. Peabody and Sherman show, you had Puss in Boots show, but then they started to expand out more to, like, you know, hey, maybe we could have other workers join us. And that show was Troll Hunters. But that's another story.
Oh, God.
Which Troll Hunters, maybe like Guillermo del Toro, fucking... Oh, and Voltron.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, DreamWorks Classic Media owned the rights to Voltron since 2010, or like they had the license to make something of it. So, you know, hey, who are the best showrunners out there right now? Guys that made Avatar? Let's just get that production team in here. So, in I believe it was 2015, they announced that a new Voltron show was coming to Netflix. Was it a season-by-season thing? No, they just said, okay, we have 78 episodes. It's going to be released for the span of 2 years.
Oh, yeah, there were big, long hiatuses.
Why couldn't every show be like that? Not the long hiatuses, but just the fact of, we settled for this many episodes and we're going to do it. Not we'll see how the next season goes.
Now,
like me, with my show, I want to do 100 episodes. I have the idea from beginning to end for 100 episodes. I don't want to go by season, get canceled, and be like, well, there goes 70 episodes down the fucking drain.
Cool.
But anyways.
now, for me, I had not seen this show before. I knew it was a thing. I've seen the toy line, and hell, sometimes I'd walk into the living room and see Ichi and Gar watching it together and stuff. And
that's right, we did watch it together.
You forgot?
Yeah.
I was just about to say, I had such fun when you and I watched the whole show together.
Oh, no.
So,
I'm joking around. Yeah, we did. I believe it was season 3 and onwards we did that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was season 3.
So I would walk in and I'd see you two watching it, and there was just some stuff I'd be trying to get context of what's going on, and there'd just be a simple moment for me from my perspective, but for you two, you're like you haven't watched the whole series that late, you have no idea what the fuck's going on with this in the scene right now, and you're just bawling your eyes out, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, this show must be really good.
I will admit, this is a show that made me cry.
This show has such a powerful journey, an emotional development for so many people.
And it's definitely like Avatar. You can't just jump in from the newest episode. No. You have to watch this from beginning to end.
And I want
cracking.
I definitely want to watch this whole series.
I know that there are a lot of times where we say that you should watch a show, and then we'll give it a recommendation, and a lot of times I'll say that, you know what, I like this, I'll keep watching it, and then I don't. This is one that I absolutely, genuinely recommend people watch if they have not. I know that there's some drama in the fandom about the show, but who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck about fandoms. I enjoy content. I enjoy shows. I enjoy stories. And
Agreed.
This is one that anyone who has any interest in shows like this, in tokusatsu, mecha anime, whatever your entry point into the hodgepodge of genres that the show encompasses, this show was a powerful journey.
And you want to know why it was a powerful journey? Head writer, Tom Hendrick, you know what he did before he started working on this show? He watched all the original Voltron show. He read all the spin-offs. He watched all the sequel shows. He even went back and watched fucking Beast King Go Lion, the original Japanese version of this anime.
Now that's dedication.
And then he wrote this show.
That's good. I like that.
He pulled a Wrath of Khan situation. For those that don't know, Star Trek II Wrath of Khan, the original director, I believe producer of it, he went back, watched every episode of Star Trek,
Jesus.
and then wrote that movie.
Oh, no wonder the movie's so fucking good.
Yes.
God damn.
It's almost like when you understand your source material, you'll know what to do next.
Actually,
fucking Disney with the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
You know what? That's also a big thing about this. This is the only reboot of Voltron.
Uh-huh.
Every other installment of Voltron that's came out since the 80s to now, it's a sequel.
Yeah. Including that weird third dimension one that's so campy, but also I kind of like it.
I also... you know what?
It has Jim Cummings.
Oh, fuck. It's been a while.
You know what? All the fucking 3D animated shows from the 90s were fucking great. Voltron the Third Dimension, Reboot, Shadow Raiders, Beast Wars, fucking Action Man, fucking Max Steel, Excalibur. All of those shows were fucking awesome.
It's funny how 80% of those shows were made by the same company.
Did you say Beast Wars? Because that's in there too.
Yeah.
No, Ichi, do you remember the show Excalibur?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, look it up. Look up Excalibur YTV.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Max Steel, but everything else you said I've watched.
Third Dimension made by Mainframe.
Yeah.
Who did Reboot.
Yep. Oh, yep. So for what better way to start this show off though, but with a 1 hour fucking first premiere.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's technically the first 3 episodes, but I think they did the right decision of
making it one mega episode?
Yeah, make it one. It's just a 3-parter anyways. Let's just do it as one giant hour-long episode.
It really puts across the fact that this is going to be important. This is going to be significant.
So we have our cast of characters, our paladins, as they are known as. So we have Shiro, the Black Lion pilot.
Don't you mean Sven?
Sure. Lance, who's the blue paladin, Pidge, who's the green paladin, Hunk, who's the yellow paladin, and then my favorite fucking character so far, motherfucking Keith. My God, I fucking love Keith.
Is it because he's voiced by Glenn from...
Not even that. Just that man is just so fucking cool.
He is.
Oh, no,
he has big, proto-man energy.
The man burst into a fucking top-secret government fucking military lab on a fucking hover bike just to get Shiro. That was such a great way to introduce that guy.
Also, apparently Josh Keaton voices Shiro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I recognize that. Look it up. It's Spider-Man!
Yeah.
Also, it's Revolver Ocelot from Metal Gear Solid 3.
But yeah, that's the only big change that I know. They changed Sven into Shiro because Tom Hendrick, the writer of the show, he's like, why don't we just name him his original Go Lion name as a cute little nod? And there is an episode later on where they go into a mirror universe. They meet up with Shiro, but his name's Sven.
Yep.
And he has the stupid accent. I'm like, there he is. There's Sven.
Oh, yeah. This show is amazing with its comedy and its references.
gee, it's like this is what happens when you watch all the source material.
Yeah.
And you get people that are actual fans of this show. But yeah, they're on Kerberos, I believe it's called. Pluto's moon.
Yeah, Shiro at the start of the show is on Kerberos extracting ice because they're looking for evidence of aliens.
Hey, look, what's
And
that?
boy, do they find aliens.
And then the aliens find them.
Yes, the Zarkon, or the Galra Empire.
The
Emperor Zarkon.
Voiced by Neil Kaplan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know,
Wait.
Hawkman.
Diabolico?
Yeah, Diabolico himself is Emperor Zarkon.
Yo! That's awesome!
There you go. There's some motivation for you to watch.
Oh no, my motivation for watching this show is just fucking Keith alone.
There you go.
I just want to watch it for Keith.
So after that, we pan over to the Galaxy Garrison, where Lance, Hunk, and Pidge are training with the Galaxy Garrison to become basically space explorers. We have Lance, the pilot, Pidge, the nerd, and Hunk, the mechanical engineer.
Who throws up a lot.
Yeah.
Because of motion sickness.
Yeah.
Yes. Gar, I think that's your favorite character, right? Gar, Hunk?
Hunk is my favorite character, especially since when you go to conventions, when you find the one Hunk cosplayer, you're just like, yes!
Thank you.
Brother!
Oh, fuck.
I saw too many fucking Shiro's Pidges.
No, that's
I
it
bet.
though. I almost went to the Voltron photo shoot at Anime North one year when this show was like at its peak. No Hunks.
Wow.
Everyone else was like Shiro, Lance, Pidge, Alora. No Hunks. Like you can't have the Paladin team without Hunk.
But were there any Karan?
No one can beat Karan though, because Karan's like top tier.
Karan is above everyone.
Just what do we do with this guy? Let's make him the comic relief.
Let's turn him into Rice Darby.
So right now, where like I've only seen the first episode, so right now I'm just like, all right, you're kind of hamming it up a bit too much, buddy. But like, I feel like he gets more likable as the show goes on.
He grows on you.
Okay.
He tones it down a bit,
and then tones it all the way up later.
But I gotta say, one thing that really stood out for me in this first episode that I love is the music.
Oh yeah.
Like I just like when you see like the lions flying in the air and you just hear that like I fucking love those like drums.
Again, DreamWorks got the best. It's like, who do we get? Let's get the people that make Avatar.
The music does a very, very good job of matching the mood.
The lions are fucking cool to look at. Like
I love that they have battle damage on them.
Yeah, and they're like clearly different. Like yellow lion's bigger and thicker than the others.
Yeah.
The green lion has the shield and it's like a more rounded body. And the black lion is just bigger than them all.
I like when the princess was like describing like each of the lions and like the characters with them, and it's just like, and Hunk, I like Hunk.
Oh no! I wrote that down.
That had big "I'm a frog" energy.
Hang on, I have it here. Hang on, let me scroll down my notes.
And Lance was actually trying to be like reverse Dulcea. The one you kiss, get a handsome prince.
Oh yeah. His is like, hold up, let me guess. Takes the most handsome / best pilot of the bunch.
Yeah.
And she just gives him the most like fuck you stare.
Cool. Moving on.
Yeah, and then it's like Hunk is the yellow lion is caring and kind. The pilot is one who puts the needs of others above his own. His heart must be mighty. As the leg of Voltron, you will lift the team and hold them together.
Get it? Because he shields them.
Yeah. Also, I find it funny for Hunk, the biggest guy of the group, you know, with the biggest gut, he thinks with his brain more.
Yeah.
You know, the whole, think, like, go with your gut feeling.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest gut. No,
I knew this.
He's always second guessing.
No, and I always knew this guy was super smart because when you see him go into the cave to go find his yellow lion, like there's just this like little like mining elevator, and he just like he's just like in the middle of like a thought that he has, but he's just like rewiring the thing without even looking at it, and he just powers it up again. I was like, oh, he just knows what he's doing. Cool.
It's always so interesting seeing like the differences between Pidge and Hunk, because Pidge is like the one with abstract intelligence with regards to like facts and computers and software and such, whereas Hunk is more of the practical kind of smart with machines and solutions to practical problems. And it's
plants. I like plants.
Yeah, I like plants.
And then you just have motherfucking Keith.
Well,
God, I love Keith.
You're my rival, remember? Who are you?
No, and I just like I like Keith because you think you know him but you don't. Like
you have no idea.
You have no idea.
And so that's why I liked his whole part where he's like trying to get his lion and stuff like that, and then like he like falls into space, and then like the red lion's just like, no, you're trying, bud. All right, here, I'll
good enough.
You. And then what does he say? He gets into his lion. He just says, "There's a good kitty," and I'm like, Keith.
I like how they all bicker with one another.
Yeah.
It's
Keith's got attitude and baditude, so give him some latitude and you'll earn his gratitude.
I got to give massive props and respect to fucking Shiro, because that man just keeps his cool the whole time, and he just keeps them moving forward and focused on the task at hand. And I'm like,
it's because
you are a leader.
It's because out of everyone, he's the one with the most military training.
As Lance called him, he is the senior officer.
Yeah.
And there's also another thing that
you'll find out.
The fan base sort of got pissy about, but whatever.
Oh, I think I know what it is, honestly, I don't care.
You know what? Can I bring it up quickly?
Sure.
So it's revealed by season 7 or season 6. It's one or the other. It was revealed that Shiro is gay.
Cool.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everyone hated it because they didn't shove it down your throat that he is gay.
Like, it literally didn't matter to the plot at all.
It did not matter to the plot.
Nope.
5-second scene by the very end of the show where it's like, oh, hey, look, he's married to a dude. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Apparently it's a Macross reference to the guy that I married.
Yeah, I think so.
Or Rebel Tech, whatever it is. But it's like, it's not that big of a deal that he is gay. Because why should it be?
Right?
It's something. Hell, I have a character in my own show that I'm writing who's a bisexual. It's not a big thing. It's just, he likes guys and girls.
Yep.
Moving on.
But, Shiro's such a...
I honestly think it's a good idea that we tell people who haven't watched the show to know that, because now they can watch the show knowing that's a thing, but also observing how much it really doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't.
No. Doesn't change him from being an awesome leader like he is. So
I hate to say this. It's not like Steven Universe, where
it is the plot.
I hate to say it. That's when Steven Universe sort of stopped with me, because they really started hamming down, or start shoving down your throat the LGBTQ stuff.
I mean, there's something to be said for representation, and I feel like it made a lot of people really happy, and if it did, then I have no problem with it.
Exactly. It's just for me, it was a bit too much.
You're not the target audience.
Oh, right, I'm not.
But yeah, so, Shiro, bold, respectful, proud leader, has severe PTSD because he was captive by alien Emperor Zarkon for a year.
Missing an arm.
They replaced his arm with a robot, gave him a little spritz of white hair, and a scar, and removed
and then he rescued some aliens, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's the champion Shiro!"
Yeah. So suffice to say that you'll find out a lot about him over the course of the show.
Yeah, but I just has layers of depth.
But no, of course, when he crashes back on the planet, the military automatically just goes, well, we need to probe him for information and shit like that, and not listen to a single word he's saying, because obviously he's crazy and tired because he's been captive for a year. Oh,
I sort of like how he is the one though that's like, well, maybe we should give the Gora the line. It's like, you don't understand. These guys are a plague.
Yeah,
they will kill the entire planet. Which. You know how I was complaining about the whole time frame throughout the show? Apparently that finally did get answered.
Mm-hmm.
By the time they leave Earth to when they reach Earth again by the end of the show, 1 year.
Okay.
It's only been 1 year. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, I can believe that.
So apparently Emperor Zarkon attacked, like, the planet, what was it? No, Erla or something.
Altea.
Eris.
Altea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So apparently that was 10,000 years ago, so I'm interested to know how Emperor Zarkon lived so long.
There is a reason.
You'll find out.
Okay, I mean that's what I like to think. I feel like because the show's so good, like every question you have gets answered eventually.
It was so fun to go back and watch this and see how everyone started, especially like Hagar.
Oh yeah, Princess or Witch Hagar.
Yeah,
she's not a princess or a queen. No.
Yeah. Nope. So
No, she actually isn't. I just said that by accident.
Yeah. Oh. So. After rescuing Shiro from the facility, that Keith tells them how he's been sensing the energy of what we find out is the Blue Lion, and they stumble into the cave. And we end up seeing how like the Blue Lion chose Lance, and if you really pay attention to those scenes leading up to it, you can see how they foreshadow that. Lance is the one who activates the cave paintings. Lance is the only one who can turn off the shield that's protecting him.
So I'm guessing what Allura was going to say was the Blue Lion pilots those that are really emotional.
Probably something to that effect.
I also loved when Pidge and Shiro went to go look for Pidge's lion, and like they see the sloth alien, and he's motioning them to like come with him, and Pidge is just like, okay, I guess we'll like the weird alien thing wants us to follow, and Shiro just immediately is like, oh, all right, let's go.
I was a captive for a year. This is fucking easy mode.
Yeah.
What if I can't reach the pedals? What if there aren't no pedals?
Yeah.
Also, fuck, goddammit, Hunk for vomiting in Lance's lion. Not cool, bro. Not cool.
He vomited 5 times that day.
Yeah. His stomach emptied 5 times that day.
Didn't even have breakfast.
Yeah.
We also find out that the 2 other people that were captured alongside with Shiro were Pidge's brother and father.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's some interesting tidbits. So I can tell Pidge is very like emotional and really wants to find out what happened to his family. So
I also really smiled at that moment with Pidge's photo.
Hey, look, it's Pidge's girlfriend. Shut up.
Yep.
Oh, Pidge.
Yeah. So they go on side missions to get the green and yellow lions, and then the red lion is actually on the Galra ship that's coming to blow them up. How convenient!
Yes, because it was already captured by Sendak.
Yeah.
You know, the guy with the Gurren Lagann shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I look at it. I look into it. One of the directors, I think it's like Steve Yu. It's like one of his favorite animes is Gurren Lagann. I'm like, of course, that's a reference.
Also, they showed the guy with like a giant fucking cool ass fist. He never gets to use it. Like we never see him fight with it.
Oh, don't worry. We get to see him later on. He's like He's essentially season 1 villain.
He's like the recurring general kind of character.
Oh, he's like fucking Gabi from Ninja.
Kinda.
Sorta.
Okay.
Well, he's more like, he's sort of like Disaster.
Yeah. He shows up a couple times.
Shows up a couple of times here and there. Throws in a few punches.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
So the Black Lion's located in the Castle of Lions.
But he can only be unlocked by getting the other 4 lions. It's like a fucking video game.
It's like the Power Stars in Mario 64.
Yeah.
But
reacting to the power of the 4 lions, the door unlocks.
The Black Lion's so fucking cool.
And way bigger than the others.
Well, I mean, he's the fucking head and torso of Voltron, so of course.
Yeah.
Form, arms, and legs.
You're not even the real Voltron, you're just the stupid vehicle one.
You're just a wannabe who looks like him.
It's funny because this show sort of foreshadows them building the vehicle Voltron.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing I don't like about like this Voltron, like it's the robot, I just don't like his face.
I think it's fine.
It looks good.
He has this angry look on his face, but I like the original Voltron because the original Voltron it just had like a blank face. So
What I really like is like they get suited up in their paladin outfits, and then they get their weapons, the Bayards.
Apparently, according to the head writer, he took inspiration of that from Power Rangers of all places.
They do feel like Power Ranger weapons.
How they all have their own signature weapons.
Yeah. So
Keith gets a sword and shield, which I was just like, fuck yeah.
Lance gets a gun because you know, as the pilot, he's also the sharpshooter.
And his reaction to unlocking his like paladin weapon was exactly what I would do if I got that. I'd just be like, ooh.
Pidge gets a claw, which is also a taser.
And then Pidge like shocks Lance with it, and he's just like, yeah, I do like this.
And Hunk gets a giant fucking gun, like a cannon.
And for some reason, which, you know, as you guys have been telling me, all will be explained eventually, Shiro is missing his weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like if the original user still has it. Whoever that may be.
It was lost along with its paladin. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wink.
I think it's by like the end of the first season they do address.
Yeah, I think so.
Who it is.
Oh yeah, it's good.
No, like that. Like later on, they actually are able to use their Bayards to activate power-ups for Voltron.
Yeah.
So like Hunks, it activates like a bazooka.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I can't remember what Pidge's is.
It's basically Voltron's equivalent of like auxiliary Zords.
Yeah.
So good. So yeah, they form Voltron just in time to save the castle from being blown up by Sendak, and promptly slice the ship into pieces.
Don't worry, he fights to live another day.
You want to try that sentence again?
He fights to live another day.
I guess that's also true.
He lives to fight another day.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, I guess that's kind of also true.
Yeah.
Also, the
doesn't
princess
everyone fight to live another day? If you really think about it.
Also, the princess has little mouse friends.
Yeah,
Critters.
she's mentally connected with. Those are cute.
Yeah, some bullshit line of like, oh, I must be mentally connected with them since they were sleeping in the pond with me all these 10,000 years. And I'm like, okay.
Altean magic knowledge.
It's because she had mice friends.
Yeah.
In the original cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, apparently Karan's grandfather built the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, castle.
Yep.
It's not a ship.
Castle.
Also, her dad's dead, but then kind of speaks to her through this hologram.
Yeah, Karan takes her to Cerebro.
Pretty much.
It's basically the Fortress of Solitude, where like he can like talk to his parents, but they're like just constructs based off of them.
It's the holodeck.
That gets emotional as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like honestly, like from the first episode of this, like I could see why it's super good. I do want to watch this. Like I need to find the time.
Yes, absolutely do.
But motherfucking Keith, man, Keith's my favorite. He's so cool. He's so goddamn cool.
I'd say Keith has the most dynamic development out of all 5 characters.
Fucking A.
Goodbye. Hunk, what are you doing? Sorry, I thought that would work. How he rammed himself into Keith. Just like, goodbye.
Come on!
Alright, let's just all fly together. Yeah! Hey, does it feel like we're all floating together?
Fuck!
Guys, look up.
They're in the tractor beam.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Yeah, I like
Everyone
when they're like
nodded, right? Yeah.
I like yeah, that was super funny. But yeah, I liked like the little things where it's just like they describe it's like, oh, does anyone else hear the lion talking? And it's like, well, it's not like talking, like I can like feel what he's saying to me.
Yes.
So I like that.
I like all the jokes that they had in this like premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're such a quiznak. You don't even know what that means.
I don't think you're using that correctly.
Like Karan's face in the background. Like, oh.
He just Hunk just eats a bunch of goo, and he's just like, sorry, green goo.
Green goo.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Binging with Babish, and today we're making the green smooths.
Voltron food goo.
I would not be surprised if he does that.
You don't know what it is, so it could just be anything with color dye green.
From what it looked like to me, it just looked like potatoes and Jello.
damn it, I want potatoes.
Just mashed Jello potatoes.
So yeah, Karan brings up how, oh, you guys just took down one ship. Imagine trying to take on an entire fleet. We almost died out there. Yep.
And they're just like, wait, what? Episode ends. I'm like, oh.
What?
Don't worry, you guys are going to be a great team for the Defenders of the Universe.
And you'll have to form Voltron again and again. And again.
Yeah. Just, I sort of like the last bit of dialogue. Just, Defenders of the Universe. Has a good ring to it.
They should have just, like, logo.
No, I sort of like how they did it, where, like, you know,
They did the logo right at the start.
Yeah, like it pans up to see. Well, yeah, because then we get the opening the next episode.
Yeah.
So like it pans up to see the lines, it fades to black, and instead of like every other Netflix show where it's like cuts to black, immediately opens up credits. No, it fades to black, and then you see the credits like scroll, like an actual movie.
Yeah. Like
this really feels like a movie or like a. You know what it is? It's Return to Jafar. It feels like a direct-to-DVD movie that's a pilot for a show.
Sure.
That's what this is.
Sure, I'll go with that.
Yeah, Voltron Legendary Defender. Gotta love it, man.
It's so good.
It's a space opera for the 20...
I was never very into Voltron until I watched this show.
The only thing that I saw of Voltron before this was, honest to God, the Robot Chicken sketches.
I saw a couple of random episodes of the Third Dimension, but I never got all the way into Voltron.
I was gonna say I watched the entirety of the Third Dimension, and that's all. That was my Voltron experience, and I was like, okay.
Let's go back to step 6.
It's Voltron here, yes, they're here, son. They're gonna save us. Put him out of his misery.
Yep.
The real Voltron.
All right. Well, that has been Castranger.
It's also been the end of Metal April, even though this episode comes out May 1st.
We recorded it in April, and that's what counts.
Voltron.
Yep. Voltron.
Hail, Voltron.
Hail, Voltron.
Hey, Glider.
All right, so Kikai Radio Sentai Castranger. Next week, we're going to finally start catching up with all the shit that's been coming out while we've been looking away from it and talking about Metal April things.
Fucking Kamen Rider.
So our first catch-up thing next week, we're going to be doing the Decade vs. Zeo movie, which is the Mansion Death Game one.
Fucking yeah! I can't wait.
Oh boy. Let's put it this way. I'm looking forward to this one a little more than the fucking 7 Zeos one.
I'm just more of like, this is why I somewhat also don't like Kamen Rider a bit. All the fucking spin-offs, man. Why can't it be like Ultraman? You have the show in the movie. That's it. That's all you need. Show in the movie.
I mean, if you think about it, Gar, frickin' the Ultra Galaxy fight things are spin-offs.
Yeah, but that's at least free.
And isn't there also like Orb Origin Saga we were talking about?
Well, that was their first attempt at like an actual spin-off thing.
Yeah, Orb was like a 10-part plan.
And then it's like, oh shit, the movie didn't do that well. Okay, there goes that plan.
The point is, no one is safe from spin-offs.
Look at Sentai, though. Sentai has, like, the show. Yeah, a movie here and there. That's it. Kamen Rider, though, it's like, hey, here's a decade thing. It's been 2 fucking years. We don't need any more decade. I thought Decade's journey was over. No!
It's never over.
It's never over.
I thought he said that he was done, though.
No.
He lied. He lied! He lied! Attack Ride! Alright, so thank you all once again for liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, being awesome, and also just listening and watching in general.
Yep.
As always, the primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there you can find our Facebook page where I post thumbnails, our Twitter account, our Patreon where you can pledge to help us make the show better, our Discord server where you can chat with awesome Toku fans like these and listen to our live recordings. And a thing we've been doing the last few weeks is some watch-alongs on stream. So you can get in on that.
Yeah, don't be the guy that comes in and tries to promote your own stream in fanfic. No joke, someone did that last night.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you.
No, some random person in our server came in and was like, hey, come watch my stream. And I'm like, dude, we're in the middle of talking about, like, Voltron.
Classy.
And, like, he starts talking about this fanfic thing. I'm like, okay.
Classy.
Then, like, I'm like, go put it in sellout corner. It's a freaking Google Drive link. I'm like, oh, God.
You mean just like the guy who messaged me on Facebook attempting to pass off his own ideas as if they were rumors for the next Sentai?
Yes.
And then when I called him out on what was obviously fake, his response was, okay, I'll send it in August. I'll come back and send it again in August. As if that was supposed to convince me.
Wow.
It got to the point where he wouldn't shut up and I had to ban him from the Facebook page. I don't even care that I'm calling him out. The dude needs to take a hint. It's cool that you like Sentai enough to create your own content for it, and if you want to write your own fanfic, that's fine. But to attempt to pass it off as rumors just for the sake of getting your ideas read on our show, I don't fly with that shit.
To be fair, though, my friend who actually does Sentai artwork, he's like, hey, the new Sentai got released. Should I make a fucking joke about it being, like, proto-art? I'm like, yes. Because it's funny, because he made it look like...
If you roll with the joke, then sure, that's funny. But when you genuinely try to pass it off as with rumors for the next Sentai, I'm going to ignore you.
Also, it's too early for that.
Yeah.
Way too early. The current Sentai just started.
That's what I said to him, and he was like, okay, I'll send it again in August. That's not the problem!
No, some people are just... they're strange.
We finally reached the echelon of celebrity where we have people sending us weird shit. I call that an achievement, honestly.
Yeah.
Apparently we've been going up in subscriber numbers.
A little bit, yeah. Everyone listening, show this podcast to another friend who likes tokusatsu. Let's double those numbers.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll send it to Lane.
That'll solve it.
Alright, we're on the show.
Then Lane will send it to you.
And they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends, and so on. All right. Thank you once again, everybody. Love you all, even the ones who annoy me.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.
See you next. Remember, stay Sentai. Almost forgot. No, stay Sentai.
Nailed it.